Hello to you. My name is Maria Kądzielska and this is Poland Daily Culture. And we continue with our philosophical talks today. Here with me in the studio is Marek Kądzielski, a former student of Professor Bogusław Wolniewicz.
Hello.
And it is about Bogusław Wolniewicz philosophy we're going to talk about. And in the previous episode, we developed a little bit his idea of a home as a spiritual value,
Yes.
which means and the statement of Wolniewicz is very strong, and I would like us to a little bit more explain it to our viewers, because he says that the house is an emanation of a woman's soul. So right now, with all influence of, I would say, genderism and other elements which try to say that everyone has all abilities as the other gender, like there's no difference between genders. And here comes Wolniewicz, who I would say he's not a fighter for, I would say, any form of sexual ideology or something like this, but he comes out of being an ontologist. Out of the blue, he writes a text, an article about the importance of a home, as showing also, I would say, the metaphysical importance of a home.
Absolutely, because home as a spiritual value is a metaphysical concept. And what Wolniewicz wants to say that the only difference between men and women are not as in terms of their abilities, but in terms of will. So he makes a metaphor that if a metaphor of water. So he says that the woman is like a lake and the man is like a river. In the meaning that the woman provides for harmonization. For harmonizations of values, of utilitarian values and spiritual values, and it is a woman that creates home in every single gesture and in everything he creates around her, and this is spontaneous. This is like instinct and a power, but a power that is conceived metaphysically by Wolniewicz. So a woman creates home on her own. And as we told last time, woman may create home against a man, but the home may never be created against a woman. So woman may realize that with this particular man, she is not able to create a home, then she leaves, and this is rare. And when man leaves a woman, he usually goes to another woman, meaning to another home. So that's the difference. But the importance of a home as a spiritual value is that that the mother tongue, the customs, morals, and history and culture are transformed and passed then to next generation at home and by women mainly. This is a spiritual space which is of course based on material foundation, but this is, as Wolniewicz says, emanation of women's soul and women's soul only. So he finds a lot of examples, not only in our Western culture, but also in the East, in the Middle East, in Far East, proving that there is no home without a woman.
And also he gives the woman I would say, an element of a creation, like a God creation, which she has,
yes,
in order to take something like also two different people which have nothing to do in common, no blood connection, no other element which could keep them together, create a marriage or create a family.
This is another mystery. It goes very deep back to the myth. To ancient myths, and this is also very difficult. Very few philosophers consider this.
But also the other thing is that a home can be, as he says in the text, that in any place, in a tent, in a cabin, in a palace, in a flat, in a house. So it's not the material element.
Yes, it's not the material element.
Just a trigger.
But what he says, that a man is capable of putting up a tent or renting a flat, but not creating a home. So what he wants to say, that home is the exclusive field where only women are creative. Man is not creative in establishing a home as a spiritual value. So this is the difference between the sexes. If there are no women, there are no homes. And if women does not want to create a home, it will not, so the homes will not emerge. But if we don't have homes, we don't have families. If we don't have families, we don't have nations. If we don't have homes with the upbringing process, which is again a further manifestation of women's soul, we don't have this continuity of a culture.
Or of a
So
state also,
we
the
are
unity of
losing,
state.
the state is further steps, but we are losing identity without home. This theory explains many phenomena like if you see a fight between a mother and a daughter, this is because when daughter becomes an adult, he ultimately starts to create home on her own, because this is the manifestation of her soul. And every woman creates her own home. So it is usually different, even if similar, in every single gesture, every single item put in the area of the flat. That's why you have this conflict, and this is similar.
This explains a lot of conflicts between daughters and mothers, usually.
Yes, when you have this conflict between the mother-in-law and the wife, this is similar, because there are two different homes competing against each other. So from one hand, it's worthwhile learning from experience, somebody else's experience, but on the other hand, this is, as Wolniewicz says, this is a force, this is metaphysical force that is manifested through women and through women only. So in this way, the foundation of our human civilization is made. And this is more fundamental even than religious faith, than the state. It's absolutely core for existence of any type of civilizations. If you attack home, you attack absolutely the root of every civilization.
Well, every man who's planning to get married should sit down and read the Wolniewicz text, the value, the spiritual value of home, because I would say it's essential, and it opens eyes to a lot of issues which may come later on by building the home. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and we invite you for the next episode of Poland Daily Culture. Thank you very much for being with us.